Why can't I hear any sound? Where the fuck do you find the click track in Pro Tools? Is that it? Does everything have to be so grey? Well, how do I add any colours to this shit? Is this you because you've just installed Pro Tools? Well, don't worry, I'm here to help you out. These are the 10 things that you should know first. How do I know? Because I've used this every day for the last 15 years. Hiya, it's Charlie T Music here. Welcome to the channel, welcome back. This is a series of Pro Tools tutorial videos that I hope is going to help you develop your workflow in Pro Tools and understand it. But when you first open it, it is a confusing mess of buttons and numbers. So these 10 little tips are great for when you've just installed Pro Tools and you've just started using it for the first time. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. If you hate Pro Tools, leave a comment. If you're here and you really want help on Pro Tools, you should stick with me because I've got so many videos coming up that will show you how to use Pro Tools and enjoy it. But I'll take it step by step and I'll try and keep it fun. First thing is your Playback Engine. What's your Playback Engine? This is where you tell Pro Tools how you want to listen to stuff or how you want to record stuff and where it's going to come from. Where do you find it? Okay, so right at the top of here, you've got the menu. You go to Setup and you go to Playback Engine. You've got a little drop-down list of loads and loads of different options. Your interface, if it's plugged in, is absolutely going to be there. If you've plugged headphones in, there should be, external headphones should be an option, or your MacBook speakers or your laptop speakers. I don't know what it is on a Windows, sorry. And when you've selected this device, if you already have a session open, Pro Tools is going to do is it's going to close the session, tell you it's going to close it, and then reopen it with the new Playback Engine selected. It doesn't do it while you're in it. It has to close and then reopen and restart. So next one is how to create a new session. There's a couple of ways to do this. Now, if you've loaded up Pro Tools and you end up here where you've got nothing going on, but right at the top you can see it says Pro Tools. Apple always does this with its apps. Whichever app you're in, whether you can see it or not, is written at the top. You can do it a couple of ways. You can go File, New Session, or I'm going to throw a shortcut at you here. There's loads of shortcuts. Command N, and then you'll get this little box pop up. Then you just have to select your sample rates, your bit depth, and then where you want to save it. And obviously give it a name. Don't just call it untitled because believe me, you'll get a lot of those. When you've done that once and you're using Pro Tools on your own computer, it will remember that. So the next time you open a new session, it will just default to whatever you put in last time. Sometimes when you first install Pro Tools, you first open it, that dialog box pops up just automatically. You can turn it off. You don't have to have it there all the time, but there you go. So the next one is when you're actually in Pro Tools, how do you create a click track? There's no shortcut for this one, and it doesn't just automatically open with a click track, so you have to load one up. So what you can do is you go up to track, and then you go all the way to the bottom, and you go create click track. Boom, there you go. So that means a click track will be loaded into your session, and it will be at a default BPM unless you've changed it. Default BPM is 120. But you can also change your preferences in Pro Tools so that when you open a new session, a click track is created at the same time. That can be really, really useful. So if you want to change your BPM, the easiest way to do it is right up here at the top. And if you can't see this, all you need to do is right click or control click on this and show MIDI controls. You can click on that and you can type in a number and it will change the BPM. Also, if you are playing something in the room and you're not quite sure what the BPM is by number, you can click on that number up there and you can tap T on the keyboard. And as you're tapping along, it will change the BPM. And then you just hit enter, job done. How do you create a new track? And that is Shift Command N. And the default is what's called a mono audio track. If you're going to record your vocals and you're just going to use one microphone, if you're going to record a guitar and you're just going to use one cable, you want a mono audio track. You're going to use two microphones and recording stereo, you might want to load a stereo track, but that's your options. Now, the next thing is how to load up an instrument track. And this is good to point this out because there's two kinds of instrument tracks in Pro Tools. There's a MIDI track, which you don't want, and there's an instrument track, which you do want. And you do the same shortcut, Shift Command N, and you can click on this little menu here, drop down to stereo, and you can click on this little menu here and drop all the way down to instrument. Perfect. Or what you can do is you can also hold down Command and you can press left or right to change mono and stereo and up and down to cycle through the tracks. Much quicker, much easier, more shortcuts. Let's go. Next one is importing audio. Now, this is another great shortcut. Now, you can be long and old school and go File and all the way down to Import and then Import Audio, blah, blah, blah. Or you can press Shift Command I. Then you find it wherever it is on your computer, you select the ones you want to import, and then down here, you've got a couple of options. I always press copy. What copy does is it copies it to the audio files folder in Pro Tools. Very, very helpful, because if you want to take that folder away and move it to another computer, it means it keeps all your audio files nice and organized. The other option you have is that it might say convert. Convert is when your stems are in a different sample rate to your session. And what Pro Tools will do is it will convert them to the sample rate that your session is set at. So the best thing to do there is press convert. Renaming tracks. Now, please don't leave all your tracks audio 1, 2, instrument 1, 2, 3, 4. Please name them, because it just makes life so much easier. If you want to rename a track in Pro Tools, all you do is you hover over where you can already see a name, like audio 1, double click on that, and then type in what you want. And if you're done there, fine, you can just press enter. However, if you hold down Command and then press left or right, you can cycle through the different tracks and rename them. Press Command and then left or right, rename, Command left or right. Look at that, easy. Saves you clicking, saves you moving the mouse. Lovely. If you want to have tracks in a different color, I have like a color scheme and a color system in all my sessions because I'm super cool. Ultimately, it makes your sessions easier to navigate. If you have a certain color for drums, certain color for vocals, certain color for BVs, great. So you can go up to here to the top all the way and press window and then go all the way down here to color palette, or you can just do what the pros do and double click over here. Color palette will pop up. Nice and simple, straightforward, lovely. And then you just select a track, select a color. Great. Now, if yours doesn't do what mine does, which is where my track color and my clip color are the same, go up to setup and you go to preferences. And then up here, you can see it's like default track color and default clip color. And you can just change it so that both of them are the same. And that makes life easier. But if you want different colored clips to different colored tracks, that's your prerogative. You do what you want. Okay, and the last one is a super useful shortcut to flick between your mix window and your edit window, which is Command and equals. So there you go. That is 10 super useful tips when you first install Pro Tools and you're first starting to use it. And I hope that helps. If you want more of these great tips, more advice on Pro Tools, or more advice on producing music or anything, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. You should come back, watch some more videos, leave some comments, get involved with the Charlie T Music Academy, and I'll see you in the next one. Big love. Goodbye.